The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello children, I am back. Hope you are all doing good at home. You are happy. I can see your smiling faces. So let me begin this session with a quote. Limitations live only in our mind. But if we use our imaginations, the possibilities become limitless. Being beautiful is being yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others, but you will have to accept yourself as you are. Because when it comes to your incredible, your own life, nobody comes in between your dream, your passion and yourself. You will have to work and act as you are. So start feeding your imagination. Allow your mind and aspiration to rise to its greater heights. Don't pay attention to your limitations. Learn about your strength. Pay attention to your strength. Focus onto it and then you can work for yourself. Because the desire to do something, to work on something will definitely help us to overcome our frustrations. Never ever give up. Keep fighting, keep confronting all your limitations. Say, for sure I can tell you children, I can promise you even, because the lessons, the experience that you have learned overcoming the obstacles in life is going to be the fundamentals of tomorrow. Think, am I not right? Isn't it? So never break your head to find something, a big solution that nobody has done. Sometimes crazy solutions also will help you to overcome your frustrations, your limitations. Okay. If you fear to do something else, the whole world or the whole life is going to be lost in fear. Instead, have courage to push on. Move on further. Isn't it? So, if we live in fear, we are done. But we are people. We have to evolve. We have to grow. You will have to learn. We will have to refine, we will have to define ourselves, and finally we will have to surprise ourselves. Okay? Can you accept? Can you agree with me? Yes. Children, in life always we have a choice. It is between being rut or better. Which is better? Better is better, isn't it? So, better we choose becoming better than being rut. We have a quote again. If you want things you have never had, you should be prepared to do things that you have never done. Isn't it? Without doing any work or without working on with your strength and possibilities, it will be a shame on us to demand something from the society. See, all these problems should only define us and not confine us. So as I have said earlier, never get stuck in our life, because we are born to fly beyond, to fly above the rainbow, as we always sing in our school. You remember this song? My dream is to fly over the rainbow so high. My dream is to fly over the rainbow so high. My dream is to fly over the rainbow so high. Yes, I hope you remember. It's really like a mantra, we hold it on, isn't it? When we go for Kalolsavam, we sing this song, get energized and ready to face all the challenges that come on our way, isn't it? Yes, so we all love this song. So coming back to our lesson, see, last week I have shared with you few videos that was really inspiring. The whole world knows about him. He turned to be a role model for the whole world. And now I would like to share few videos, few people, few heroes of our own locality. Might be the world has not understood about them. The whole world has not. So I would like to share the challenging people, the smart people of our locality who has turned their limitations to their strength. And all these people have stepped into our Gurukulam family. Really, I feel so proud being a part of this, as we have taken a chance to appreciate these people, recognize these people in our own holy land. So shall we see who all have come to our holy land? Okay? Yes. Join me.
Major Devendra Pal Singh, the powerful challenger of India.
Thank you. Now I hand over the mic to the most vibrant person ever Gurukulam wishes to see him on Facebook.
Children, put your hands together for Tanmay applause and welcome our minister, a real heroine of campus. Sir, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I have never seen such introductions, such full of vibrancy, passion and growth. Never seen in my life.
Thank you.
I don't know whether I am the soldier or you are the soldier. Perhaps you are a much better soldier than me, ma'am. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you so much.
And I see the spirit of that soldier in each child of, this school, BSS Gurukulam. I'm amazed. Every child here, every kid standing here, I see that vibrancy, that josh, that passion of being a true soldier and a true Indian. Am I right or wrong? Am I right? Yeah. I never thought that I will have to ask once, because wherever I go, if I ask a question, the first answer is always yes. But here, even the first answer is always full of josh. Right? Look at it. Right? I must congratulate all the participants who have put such a wonderful show out here. I was amazed and thrilled to see that each one of them was not just giving the 100%, but also keeping a smile on their face. A full smile. Perhaps sitting there in the sun, I was feeling the sun, but none of the participants who were dancing, who were singing here, had even a 1% of tiredness on their face, despite the fact that they are ready since early morning and standing and waiting for me since long. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me tell you, kids, I have visited many schools in Delhi also. The last school which I have visited in Delhi, I will not take the name, but there for 10 minutes, few of the children were standing in line to sing a song in the air-conditioned atmosphere. And within 10 minutes, one out of the many children who were standing there formed off. because of, I don't know what, tiredness or what. But I can't see anything like this here. You guys are fantastic, amazing. And that is the point here. That exactly is into Indian. And I'm happy to feel it that we have still children who are full of vibrancy, josh, passion, junoon, and they are ready to rock in the time to come. Because you are the one who are going to take India far much ahead, much above the sky also. Are you ready? Are you ready? Wow, great. You know what? I thought that I will feel some sort of inspiration in you, but it is the other way around. It is me who is taking inspiration from each one of you. And this badge which Principal Sir has given me is the most cherishable gift for me. Snappy thoughts. Wow. You know this actually is the gist of life. If you are smart and happy, you don't need anything else. But let me add one thing here. When I say smart, I do not mean smart work only. Because there is nothing which can replace the hard work. There is nothing which can replace the hard work. When you are smart out there, that means even if in whichever situation you are, you should look smart. Right? And you should look happy. And that's what you convey here, smarty. Wow. This is a new word which I have learned. Perhaps never before I thought that there can be any such word also. It is this school and you children who have given me this thought and this word. Thank you so much. We talk about disability, right? And I heard that because of ill-fate, unfortunate incident, I lost leg, I became disabled, and because of despite being disabled, I am doing this and that. But if I am standing here, it is because not that I am disabled. Rather, I feel that I am the most blessed person on this earth that I got injured. If you ask me what is the best thing happened in my life, I will tell you that I got injured. That was the best thing which ever could have happened in me. It is because of losing something, I realized the value of many things. And then I started cherishing life even more. And then I realized that you cannot limit, stop, or put any type of obstacle in any person's life by removing leg, removing hand, or removing anything till the time you all are carrying snappy thoughts in your mind. If your thoughts are beautiful, and if your intent, you understand intent? The intent is whatever you might be doing in front in the form of an action, what is the thought which you are carrying behind that action is the intent. If your intent is beautiful, then nobody can stop you from achieving anything. Nobody can stop you from achieving anything. So in my case, if God has thought that DP Singh can achieve many things, even if I remove his one leg, even if I injured his body at many places, despite that he can achieve many things. Am I not the luckiest person that he chose me for doing all that? Am I not the luckiest one? So how can I say that this is the unfortunate thing happened in my life? I would rather feel this is the most fortunate thing which has happened in life, because by doing this way, God chose me only out of millions. So what does it convey? It conveys that if ever there are so-called difficulties in your life which you find only God loves him more than anybody else. So feel happy if you are in such situation. Don't be disheartened. Don't feel bad that there is some difficulty in my life. The difficulty is there because you are the chosen one. It is only after passing through the difficult challenges you get such state that I am standing in front of you. Okay. So tell me the last question I am going to ask. How many of you want to go to Army, Air Force, Navy? I think we can make one more army alongside Indian Army because all of your children are ready. I am so happy to see that there are so many girls who want to join armed forces. Very good. God bless you all. Keep working like this. And I am sincerely conveying my gratitude to all the teachers, all the leadership of this school. It is because of your hard work that these children are like this. You are the role model. You are two spirited leaders who by the one who is nurturing tomorrow's India. If they become successful, it's your success. But if something goes wrong there, then it is your loss. You are carrying such an important and beautiful task which is incomparable. My gratitude to each one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please be like this only. Let your school makes a benchmark for all the schools of the country. Let that benchmark is set by your school always. As I have heard that you are leading since last 8 years in all type of competition, let it rise even more high. Let everybody be able to touch it. And that is because of your leadership. And where is the top man? It's because of you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being what you are. Thank you for giving me this honor. I will always be blessed and this day will always be cherished throughout in my life. God bless you all. Bharat Mata ki! Bharat Mata ki! Bharat Mata ki! God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Inspiring was the video, isn't it? So, I will give you an assignment right now. Can you draft a letter to these people, appreciating them for this untiring work to show them who they are to this world, how they have accepted them and they made the society to accept them as the gems of this community. So, can you write a letter appreciating them? Okay? Yes. So, shall we begin the lesson from where we have stopped in the previous class? Okay. Get ready with your textbook or with the PDF. Okay. Yes. Let me begin. If I am right, it is from page number 21. So, it is a profile of Stephen Hawking written by Kitty Gale Ferguson. We have seen how his childhood was, and from childhood how he shifted himself to the schoolings, and from schoolings how he dreamt about learning at Cambridge and Oxford, and from the age 21 how he got affected to the disease amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, the difficulty in moving the limbs. Okay. So, now it was diagnosed that he could live only 2 more years, and from then onwards he says that he got a spirit to live and to do something for the world. Okay. See, it is better you read your textbook. I know you would have completed reading this lesson. So, single reading is not enough, children. You will have to read twice, thrice, and only then you will get to the essence of what the lesson tries to speak or convey it to us. So first you have to read slowly, and the second reading can be a little bit faster. And when you get stuck up with the new words, immediately try to refer to your dictionary, jot down the meaning immediately in the textbook, so that when you take your textbook later for revision, it is going to be so helpful. So single reading is not enough. You will have to read your textbook thoroughly. I am not telling studying, you have to read your textbook thoroughly so that you can improve your vocabulary and even you can write your answers in a better way. Okay, so don't tell that nothing is there to read or study in your English. You will have to read your textbook word by word, sentence by sentence, and make it the passive vocabulary to your active vocabulary. Don't beat around the bush when you are writing your answers. That anybody can do. Instead, write your answers. Your answers should be something specific to the point that shows that you have understood the lesson. And you could relate it to your general content too. Okay, so read your textbook word by word, sentence by sentence. Interpret between the lines. Okay, only then you can understand. So, shall we read? Okay. Another recurring dream was the idea of sacrificing my life to save others. After all, if I were going to die, I might as well do some good. He has understood that one or the other day he is going to die, might be at the earliest. So before my death, I need to do something for the betterment of the society. That is, I should at least sacrifice my life. My life should not go in vain, useless. Okay, I should make a remarkable attempt. I have to give my signature, golden signature, for my presence in this world. Hawking's doctors hoped that his condition would stabilize, but the disease aggravated rapidly. It was not in their control. Okay, he was facing with so many complications. They soon informed him that he had only about 2 more years to live. He was even considered to be the medical miracle of this era. When the doctors have given a deadline for 2 years, he lived more than a half century. Okay, they soon informed him that he had only about 2 more years to live. 2 years passed, so he was waiting for his invitation from the hands of death. The progression of the disease had slowed. I didn't die. Who says I didn't? Stephen Hawking. I didn't die. In fact, although there was a cloud hanging over my future, it's a phrase that means on the bone. I found to my surprise that I was enjoying life in the present more than before. He says, once when my deadline was fixed, I started enjoying my life. Total disability and death, though still and not too distant certainty, were postponed. It's not too long, it is fixed. It is just postponed. I have understood the fact. Hawking had his reprieve, a precarious and temporary one, but life was precious. See to the meanings. At a New Year's party at St. Albans, just before he entered the hospital for test, Hawking met Jane Wilde. To her, this disheveled graduate student seemed terribly intelligent, eccentric, and rather arrogant. But he was very interesting and she liked his wisdom. When Jane met him again after his discharge from the hospital, he was really in a pathetic state. I think he has lost his will to live, says Jane. He was very confused, she commented. Who commented? Jane commented. She was not, however, put off by his physical or mental condition. Certain times we say love is blind. It suits them very well. She was rather a shy teenager, serious-minded, with a strong faith in God, ingrained from childhood by her mother, and a belief that good can come out of any adversities. Believe in that good can come out of any adversities. We have to wait with patience for good things to come. Ingrained, inscribed in our mind. Hawking admired her optimism and their relationship developed slowly. After a while, the two began to realize in Jane's words that together we could make something worthwhile. For Stephen, that made all the difference because he was turning to be challenging day by day, and Jane was totally supportive to him physically and mentally for all his deeds. So that made the difference. They were the best couple. He applied for a research fellowship at Case, one of the colleges in Cambridge University. In 1965, at the age of 23, Hawking received his fellowship in Case, and in July of the same year, Jane and he were married. So they did not wait for any other best moment to come. They took up their relationship to the next level to get married. People who remember Hawking in the university in the late 1960s recall him making his way around the corridors with a cane, supporting himself against the wall. He spoke with what sounded like a slight speech impediment. Impediment, obstacle, difficulties. Okay, he had speaking difficulty. But more than that, they remember his brashness in sessions involving some of the world's most distinguished scientists. Brashness, boldness. Okay. While other young researchers kept a reverential silence, when others kept mum, he was bold enough to question the other scientist. Okay. He believed in himself. He did not worry about his appearance. Okay. Hawking daringly asked unexpected and penetrating questions. He clearly knew what he was talking about. His reputation as a genius, another Einstein, began then. Einstein, you know, isn't it? He was considered to be the intelligent scientist in the world. In 1980, a practical need for funds launched him into a new enterprise that was to have a far-reaching impact on the Hawkings and others all over the world. He thought of writing a book about the universe, about the most interesting questions that had made him want to study cosmology and quantum theory. Quantum theory about energy. Cosmology, it is about the physical universe. Where did this universe come from? Is the universe infinite or does it have any boundaries? Have you ever raised doubt like this? Have you ever thought about it? Some children, isn't it? But most of us will readily accept it. Whatever others have said, it's okay. I don't mind about it. Okay, so some children, they'll come behind us asking doubts, raising questions. We may get irritated for their questions, but sometimes there lies some great personalities within them. Will it come to an end? If so, how? Is there a complete theory of the universe and everything in it? Is there a beginning of time? Could time run back? So related to this time, we would have watched very many movies, isn't it? Yes. The book begins by rewinding the great theories of the cosmos from Newton to Einstein. He wrote the book to make science understandable to non-scientists. Often science is considered to be something abstract and not understood by a common layman. What is need was to make it familiar with the common man. Okay, he completed the first draft in 1984. While the revision process was going on, he made a trip to Switzerland. There he was down with pneumonia and was left on life support system. Life support system. Okay, we normally right now the word is very familiar, ventilator we call it as. It is an instrument where it supports the person to breathe. Doctors gave a choice as to whether a tracheotomy operation which would remove his windpipe should be conducted or not. See, this tracheotomy is conducted to the person who is very critically ill. Okay, and this is a support where doctors will manage the person, the sick person, to breathe with the support of a ventilator, a life support system. So, tracheotomy in trachea, they will create a hole here. So, normally if we have to speak, it is only with the support of this windpipe. So, if a hole is made in the windpipe, sometimes he may lose his ability to speak. Okay. So, doctors gave a choice to whether a tracheotomy operation. A tracheotomy operation is a surgical procedure through which an artificial opening is made to help the sick person to breathe. Okay, to assist him in breathing, which would remove his windpipe should be conducted or not. So, it might save his life, but afterwards he would never be able to speak or make a vocal sound. So, decision was in the hands of Jane. Before giving doctors a consent about the surgery, she will have to give a sign accepting this procedure. With grave misgivings, Jane consented. She accepted. So, she was so hesitant, but still when it was a choice between his life and his speech, she compromised with speech. Okay, life was precious to her. The future looked very bleak, very dull, pale, doubtful. It was, she was really miserable and unhappy. Okay, she cannot accept her better half that he could not speak. Jane remarked, the future was very bleak. Hawking could no longer breathe through his mouth and nose, but only through a permanent opening made in his throat. After many weeks of intensive care, he went home to join Jane and his 3 children. So, here think about the science and his fate, where doctors gave him a lifetime of only precious 2 years, but he survived that. How was it possible? He got married, he even had 3 children. Okay, so he was still too weak and ill to continue his research. Walt Wolters, a computer expert in California, sent him a program he had developed called the equalizer, that is like balancer, which allowed Hawking to select words from the screen. He thought he would be unable to finish his book. With the support of his student Brian Witt, A Brief History of Time was published in 1988. September 2005 saw the release of an abridged version of the original book. This version was updated to address the new issues that had arisen due to further scientific developments. Every day, each and every moment, there comes a development, innovation, changes in science. He was trying to update it. And all these things that he thought which was impossible by him was made possible with the main support of Jane. Jane turned to be the angel. Jane turned to be the angel or even the agent of life for him. One will encounter a multitude of paradoxes, controversies, okay, in the book. In science and with people, things are often not what they seem, and pieces that ought to fit together refuse to do so. For example, I used the light poles repel, we say, isn't it? So actually, if we have to accept it in an ordinary way, light poles should attract, but in science it is against. Light poles repel, unlike poles attract. Certain small things. I have always thought about why should light poles repel? It is science, but I have thought about it, I said. Okay, you will learn that beginnings may be endings, cruel circumstances can lead to happiness, although fame and success may not. Two great scientific theories taken together seems to give nonsense. Empty space isn't empty. Black holes aren't black, isn't it? Okay. And a man whose appearance inspires shock and pity takes us laughing to where the boundaries of time and space ought to be, but are not. It is of course a miracle that Hawking has been able to achieve everything he has. That's what I said previously. Jane Wilde was the agent of life for Stephen. That he is still alive. At the time of writing, he was, and about his death we will see. However, when you experience his intelligence and humor, you begin to take his unusual mode of communication and his obviously catastrophic physical problems no more seriously than he seems to himself. Isn't it? It's not very dangerous. It's an unusual mode of communication. So you cannot even imagine the support of an equalizer he speaks, as he could not speak of himself. He selects the words from the screen and the equalizer speaks for Stephen. So, that is exactly the way he wants it. That is what the lesson from his life we learn. He chooses to ignore the difficulty and he expects others to adopt the same attitude. That is what he wanted. He wished to show to the world. Never think about your limitations. Overcome your difficulties. Ignore your difficulties. It's not like even overcoming the difficulties. He says, ignore your difficulties. Think only to the possibilities of your life. And he expects others to adopt the same attitude. How good he was. So think about our life. Is it that serious that we are experiencing? We could not speak, we could not move. No, we are being blessed with everything in this world. So why shouldn't we use our potential to what its maximum level is? Find it out what your potential is, where you excel in yourself, what is your abilities, what is your possibilities. And life is only once, isn't it? Show it to the world. It is not for proving yourself. Contribute something for the world what you could do for yourself. Stephen Hawking has overcome his crippling disease to become the supernova of world physics. Crippling, disabled. Okay, he has overcome his crippling. He cannot move to anywhere else, but he has spoke a lot about, he has been the supernova of physics. Already we have given the meaning of supernova, isn't it? So, he ignored his difficulties. How was it possible? He ignored his difficulties, and that was possible only with his courage, confidence, consistency. He never gave up in his life. He understood that all the challenges that comes on his way is to prove himself. He was so optimistic in his life. How many of us are optimistic? We always think about no. We don't say yes to us. Normally we give a test, isn't it, in white paper with a black dot. To what do we focus? Is it to the big white sheet or to the black dot? Only to the black dot. Sometimes it is only to our negatives. I can't, I will not, I cannot do it, it is not possible by me. She is better than me. So why should I do and fail? Only by failing we can learn. Fail. Sometimes the other person may give up in between and go. You live your own life. Might be this is your passion, your dream. Stick on to it. Never ever give up. If your dream is that sure, if your passion is that sure, stick on to it. But work for it. Our talent and energy should be used to serve the country. Let it not go useless. Let the world know who we are. Everybody will go one day or the other. Everybody will go one day or the other. But let us make a perfect, remarkable space for us that nobody occupies it. Don't you wish to do that? Let us not pay attention to our negatives. Think about the possibilities and fight for it. In the previous lesson, Abdul Kalam, you have to fight the hardest battle that any human being can ever imagine. Isn't it? In the same way, you will have to fight. See, the undying quality of every successful person is what? Do you know that? It is their perseverance and their willpower to fight and struggle and confront and overcome their hardships. So, these things only make a person to be a successful person. You will have to get on with all the rungs of success. Might be all these rungs are your hardships. Don't worry. Step on to it. And finally, the ladder of success, the top, the excellence will be achieved and you are going to be happy. So, let me conclude this lesson by telling that solution should be the word for any challenge that you face. When you face with difficulties, take it for yourself that it is time to prove something big is going to happen. Okay. So, discover yourself, think out of the box, think novel, think innovative and be courageous enough to set your foot in the pinnacle of success, pinnacle of glory. Okay. So, thank you for listening and spending your valuable time. So, let us see what the activities that you can do. So, the assignments of this class is that write an essay on the topic Adversities makes your life better, not bitter. Okay? Take down this topic and write an essay on this topic, and provided do your activities from this lesson. Okay? Thank you.